Hello, so we're going to do some more review. So we're going to review the 5 different text structures: description, cause and effect, problem and solution, compare and contrast, and sequence. So we will quickly go over those, and then afterwards I will be reading a paragraph and you will have to guess which description or which text structure it is, and then you'll check your answers afterwards. So, as a review, we have one of our text structures, which is sequence. So sequence, when you read this kind of paragraph or this kind of text structure, it will have things in order. It also could be called chronological, which chronological means putting it in time order. So it could say first, next, then, last, or it could also have dates. So in time order, it says in 1918 and then in 1920, or however it goes. And it could be historical text, or it could be a text that has steps in a process or something along like that. So this is one text structure for you guys to remember. Another one of our text structures is compare and contrast. So in a paragraph like this, it would be comparing 2 different things: the likes, the similarities, the differences. This one should be pretty simple, and you should see some clue words like likes, differences, or similar to, things like that nature would be in this kind of paragraph. We have cause and effect. So you have a cause and then you have an effect that happens afterwards. And so this one tends to be a little bit tricky because this one seems to be very similar to problem and solution, but they are different. So a cause and effect are very different than a problem and a solution. So this one is one of our text structures that we also have reviewed. And again, like I said before, cause and effect and problem and solution could be kind of similar. Their graphic organizers kind of look similar too. But if you notice that problem and solution, there is a distinct problem and then there is a solution to solve that problem. They could say that maybe it's not necessarily a problem or a challenge or some kind of something along those lines for a problem and solution instead of a cause and effect. And then lastly, we have our last text structure, which is description. So description is a paragraph or a text that has one big main idea, and then it gives you small details about that one big main idea instead of any of the other text structures. So it gives you details or facts about snakes or something like that. So it doesn't have one set, it has one set topic and then details about it. So this is our last text structure. So I have a bag of different paragraphs that I'm going to read out of. So I have pulled out 5 for this video, so we'll start with 5 to review. So I'm going to read it, and then you can pause and write down which you think it is, either sequence, problem, solution, any of the 5 different text structures, okay? So this paragraph is: having a dog in your home can serve many purposes, but living with a poorly trained dog is not worth the mess. These mangy mutts will go potty inside of your home. This can stain your floors and make your house smell bad. In order to prevent this, you have to teach your dogs to go potty outside. This may require you to go on a lot more walks with your dog. You have to sit outside for long periods of time while you are waiting for your dog to use it. But it will be worth it to not have as much dog mess all over your house. So if you love your dog but hate cleaning dog poo off the rug, teach your dog the right way to go. All right, so that was our first paragraph. So take a second and think and jot down what text structure you think that one is. All right, number 2. Last night there were fireworks displays at the park by my house. The community sponsored it, so it was really cool. Around 5:30 p.m., people began gathering on the beach. The local radio station was playing music and restaurants were selling food. My friends and I played along the tree line while we waited until dark. Around 8:30, the show started. It was a beautiful show. The explosions were timed to the music and it lasted for about half an hour. But we snuck out during the grand finale so that we wouldn't get stuck in traffic. I love fireworks displays. So go ahead and write down what you think that one is. This one is number 2. All right, so this will be our 3rd one. If you're planning to dress up for a wedding, dance, or other formal event, you'll need to wear some dress shoes. While your feet may look great in a dress shoes, they'll probably feel horrible. Wearing dress shoes for more than a few minutes can be extremely painful. This pain may prevent you from having a good time. One thing you can do to protect yourself is to bring a box of Band-Aids with you. As the dress shoes tear up the skin on your feet, put those Band-Aids on those wounds to ease the pain and prevent further damage. The Band-Aids will create a protective layer that will reduce the amount of pain that your dress shoes may inflict. Don't let foot pain ruin your fun. Come to the party prepared. All right, so that one's number 3. We have number 4. Looking around our society nowadays, it's hard to imagine a time when we weren't surrounded by computers, but it really wasn't that long ago. In 1977, a mere 48,000 personal computers were sold. Fast forward to 2001, and over 125 million were sold. By 2002, over 1 billion personal computers had been sold worldwide. The first 1 billion computers took 25 years to sell. 5 years later, in 2007, another billion computers have been sold. The second billion happened 5 times faster than the first. Now, in 2011, global computer sales topped over 355 million. This data shows us that computer usage is not only accelerating. If you think that you are surrounded by computers now, just wait a few years. You haven't seen anything yet. All right, so that one's number 4. And then we have our last one for you to guess. I started working on my history project right after I came home. I spent over 6 hours building the Great Pyramid of Giza out of sugar cubes. It took a long time, but it looked beautiful when I was done. I went to sleep around midnight, feeling good about my work. But when I woke up the next morning, I was shocked to find that my sugar cube pyramid had been completely destroyed. Much of it was crushed and melted, and there was a trail of sugar cubes leading out of my room. I followed the trail across the hallway and down the stairs where it led to my dog. He was curled up in pain. I wanted to punish him for what he did, but he looked so sick from eating all that glue and sugar. I figured he had already received his punishment and would like to think twice about eating my homework again. All right, so that is our 5th one. So as a reminder, I took those out of that bag just randomly. So it does not mean that all 5 text structures are going to be present in those paragraphs that I just read. It could be all of them are the same, not all of them are the same. I picked them out randomly so that you truly have to think about which text structure it is. So I want you to review those. And so now that I have read all 5, I want you to take a second and go to the link in the description and go ahead and see if you have those correct. If not, I want you to take a second and review the different 5 text structures from the beginning of the video and think about what did you miss in order to get those questions or those text structures wrong, and think about the clue words that could have helped you figure out that that's what that text structure was. I will be continuing to do videos like this. I have a lot of paragraphs that I can read, so this is only the first one that we're going to do like this, and text structures are extremely important for us to be able to identify because it helps us understand the paragraphs that we're reading better, because then it just gives us an understanding of where that text is leading to. So it's easier for us to process the information that it's giving us. All right, so I will see you guys next time.